scholarship to go to the best 25 universities in the world in order to produce future leaders. So that tells you the importance Mr. President attaches to education. Look at in Rivers State today. For the first time, no government has taught it well. The Rivers State, being the highest oil producer, should have an oil and gas polytechnic that should be able to produce a middleman power. That's why Mr. President has approved the establishment of a polytechnic, federal oil and gas polytechnic in Rivers State. It's very important. So the people are quite passionate about it to say, look, no, we must come out and give support to Mr. President and support them to say, look, for what Mr. President has done, please, we want you to come back. So for me, as a politician, I'm very happy, and you know that with the crowd you have seen, that this state today is an APC government, but you can see what is happening. That goes a long way to tell you something that will happen in 2015.
It's very close to 2015. We just have about 5 months in the running now. Tell us, what are the plans of President Jonathan in education ahead of this? The students are about to resume. Their resumption has been extended, but we know there are a lot of plans in the education sector. Give us a brief idea of what we to expect in the coming days in education sector.
One of the things we have to expect, just like what Mr. President has done, you know, during the ASU crisis, that Mr. President promised that every year he will release the sum of 200 billion for the revitalization of basic infrastructure of our public universities. That goes a long way to say that in the next few years, in the next 5 years, Nigerian universities will be very more competitively, will be competing very well with their counterparts all over the world. That is what we think that is right, that Mr. President is doing as regards to public universities. And in terms of the polytechnics, which of course is supposed to produce the middleman power, Mr. President has set up a committee which has made a report on the review to see the needs assessment of various polytechnics. Nobody, no president, no leader in this country has done it before. So we think that in the future years to come, education has a bad prospect. And this is the first time where education has had the highest budget since any administration. We think that probably because he's a teacher, probably because he's an academic, that's why he's paying more attention to education.
Thank you so much, Mr. Yusuf Wike, for talking to us on Channels Television. Well, opening prayers have been said, the national anthem has been rendered, and we'll be speaking with some key members of President Jonathan's cabinet. Let's take a listen to one of a leader in this region, the former governor of Rivers State, His Excellency Celestine Omehia. Thank you for talking to us on Channels Television. Massive support and massive turnout we have seen today. It shows how strong President Jonathan's support is here, isn't it?
It is. It shows not just that President Jonathan is strong, it shows the love which people here in South has for their son, for the man who has performed well, for the man who has shown Nigeria where they should go and what they should anticipate for the future. The man who is laying foundation where the next successive government can step in. And that is why we have envisioned it, we have seen him, and we want to know, we want the world to see what we have seen. We want the world to see that Jonathan is a man who is carrying Nigeria to the next level. And that is why you can see the support, the massive support here.
Of course, we know that Rivers State has a huge voting population within this region. You are from here, you've ruled this state as a governor before. What do you think is going to look like in 2015 for President Jonathan in the general election?
2015 election in Rivers State for President Jonathan is a foregone conclusion. Every person in Rivers State and all the parties, I must say with honesty that every person here talks of Jonathan in presidential election. No matter the party they belong to, those in APC, ABGA, PDP, every person says our son, the man who has reformatted Nigerian economic, political system, has to be given further opportunity to go to further develop Nigeria. In Ecuador, where I come from, there's a saying that to say thank you to a person who has done well is to give him further responsibilities. And the further responsibility is the second term for President Jonathan. And so every person in River State. We have a voting population of more than 3 million people. About that. And so I can assure you that Yar'Adua had up to 2 million votes, while I had 1.8 million votes. Yar'Adua had more than that, more than what I had, and the same thing in a higher capacity that Jonathan is going to have, because he is part of us, he's part of River State. And so every person says Jonathan is supposed to be supported and must be supported for the second term.
Mr. Mayor, tell us, the people that we are seeing today, you think they are across party lines?
Yes. Many of them here are just because of the name Jonathan. From all angles, from all parties, from the villages. People didn't come because they were bought to come. People didn't come because they are anticipating payment. People came here. If you look at the stadium, all the seats are occupied. The whole arena for people walking around, you could see even outside, the people outside are much more than the people inside there. And that is why they are saying that this is the man. This is the future president of Nigeria. Yes, every person here, I am sure, came on his own accord, on his own volition. The only prompting is that there was like a bell. Say, come to the stadium, Jonathan, we are going to talk with Jonathan, we are going to bring him. So people answer the bell and all gathered here to answer the call. And that is it.
Thank you so much for talking to us on Channels Television. We've been speaking with Mr. Celestine Omeya, a former governor of Rivers State and a leader here. Massive crowd that we have seen here today from the people of South-South across the 6 states that makes up the South-South geopolitical zone. And again, we'll be speaking to another very key leader in the South-South region. It's Captain Osa Okumba. Thank you for joining us on Channels Television, Captain. Tell us, you have led your people to this very arena today. This support is massive. What are your thoughts about it?
Which son who has done very well, who has done a lot for this country. We, the Edo State people, are firmly behind Mr. President. And we are telling him to come out. What is he waiting for? He should come and run. And I also want to thank him on behalf of all Nigerians, especially with the enactment of the local content law, where a lot of people in the oil and gas industry have been empowered from that singular act. And people that have capacity have gone into areas that were hitherto reserved for foreigners. He has done well. We are happy. We, the South-South people, are happy. The Edo people are happy. They should come out. They shouldn't wait. We are waiting.
Thank you so very much for talking to us, Captain Okumba. That's Captain Osa Okumba is a leader of the delegates from Edo State, and they have been speaking their mind about President Goodluck Jonathan and the convention of the Transformation Ambassadors of Nigeria. Well, lots of people are coming into this arena, and hundreds of them are spread across this very place today. Well, you're still watching Channels Television, and it's the Transformation Ambassadors of Nigeria's convention here in the South-South region, specifically in P.Harcourt, the capital of Rivers State.
Jesus, I love you all. You do what I tell you all. You don't make my life better. Oh yeah, I love you. Oh yeah, take a tabuno for the